Hey, it's time for another 5 in 5 Apush review. We're halfway through the course almost, and it's time for Unit 4, which is less about a neat storyline and more about big ideas. Democracy expands, reform movements explode, and America argues loudly about who gets power and who doesn't. Your 5 minutes starts now. Let's meet the 4 playmakers for Unit 4. Love him or hate him, Andrew Jackson is everywhere in this unit. He expands democracy for some Americans, crushes political elites, and makes the presidency more powerful. At the same time, he removes Native Americans, ignores the Supreme Court, and proves that popular support doesn't always equal moral leadership. Jackson's democracy asks a question the exam loves. Who benefits when democracy expands, and who pays the price? Next up, Charles Grandison Finney preaches that people can choose salvation, which sounds religious but has huge political consequences. If people can change themselves, then society can change too. This idea fuels reform movements, abolition, temperance, women's rights, and makes moral reform everyone's business. Religion meet democracy. Second Great Awakening revivalists believe that Christians aren't just passing through on their way to heaven. In the meantime, they're supposed to help create a new earth here. Number 3, Elizabeth Cady Stanton. She takes Jefferson's words and says, hey, cool story, bro, let's apply it to women. At Seneca Falls in 1848, she rewrote the Declaration of Independence to expose how women are excluded from citizenship. It's classic Unit 4. Americans using the nation's founding language to demand more inclusion. Same ideals, new audience. Finally, formerly enslaved, foreverly the conscience of the nation, Frederick Douglass. He delivers one of the most powerful speeches in American history. What to the slave is the 4th of July. He demolishes slavery and the hypocrisy of American freedom and does not give up on America. So next time you feel like giving up on America, slap this on your bracelet, WWDD. What would Douglass do? More people enter public life. Property requirements for voting drop, and landless white men gain political voice. Ordinary Americans start believing politics belongs to them, not just elite. Surprise, this expansion mostly helps white men. Women, Native Americans, and enslaved people are still excluded, leading directly to reform movements. Power shifts fast. The presidency strengthens under Andrew Jackson, political parties organize voters, and the federal government responds slowly to public pressure. But power is uneven. Jackson expands executive authority while ignoring the Supreme Court. States fight the federal government over tariffs and authority. The big question is, who should hold power in a democracy, and how much is too much? Every expansion of participation creates resistance. Native Americans are removed west, Southern elites defend slavery harder than ever, women demanding rights are mocked and dismissed. Reform movements grow, but so does opposition. Unit 4 proves a core truth of American history. Every step towards democracy is met with a punch to the face. Okay, now your exam insider. The exam is all about causation for this unit. First, reform movements caused by 3 big forces: the Second Great Awakening, the Market Revolution, and expanded democracy. The effects: abolition, women's rights, temperance, and education reform. Second, the Market Revolution. Remember, it affects everything. New transportation and industry reshape work, family life, class divisions, and gender roles. Cause: economic change. Effect: social conflict and reform. And third, America asserts itself. After barely winning the War of 1812, the U.S. realizes it can survive. That confidence leads to nationalism, westward expansion, and the Monroe Doctrine. On causation questions, clearly link cause, process, effect. Unit 4 is America's Stranger Things era. A familiar world with suddenly changing rules. Big forces disrupt daily life, old institutions stop working the way they used to, and ordinary people step up because they have to. Yeah, well, that ran short, but that's okay because the next units are huge. There's so much more to learn, and the best place to lock it in is with practice. Our exam-like questions make up our comprehensive Apush review course, along with interactive study guides and videos. Check them out at collegeprep.uworld.com/AP.